People always ask, how do you get up on that thing? How do you get down from that thing? You hear it all the time when you ride a tall bike.
It's so easy, easy when everybody's trying to please me, baby. It's so easy, easy when everybody's trying to please me. Cars are crashing every night.
Riding them is just fun. It's almost like learning how to ride a bike again, like back when you were a kid, and just like the exhilaration you get from being able to like go places and do something new, you know. Sometimes it kind of feels like you're in a parade or something, especially if you ride it through downtown on a Saturday night. All the people at the bars get some very interesting reactions. You can't help having a smile on your face when you're riding a tall bike around. Mounting and dismounting, once you get the hang of it, aren't really difficult. Mounting, I'll usually put the pedal down and push and stand up on the bike and start riding. In terms of dismounting, it would, you just time it with the pedals and just drop off while you're still coasting slowly. You're not going to come to a complete stop because then you're just going to fall over. The biggest problem with safety on bicycles is not the skill of the rider. It more has to do with traffic and cars, because a car is much more likely to injure you as a cyclist than falling off. With the tall bikes, you have the added advantage of you're higher up, so you can see more of the road and more of the cars, and people take much more notice of a tall bike because it's just different and you're bigger, and people just react to it a lot more than they do a regular bike. Whereas on a regular bike, sometimes when you're riding, you feel like you're invisible to the cars. Cars will just pull out right in front of you and do all sorts of crazy stuff like they're trying to run you over. But on a tall bike, people tend to notice you a little more and give the people riding them more space. You have to look farther ahead, which is obviously easier because of your high view. But you have to plan your stops so that if you see a red light coming up, you're going to start slowing down earlier and trying to time the light rather than just ride up to the light and put your feet on the ground, because obviously you can't do that. Or if you have to stop, you're going to have to look for something to grab onto, like a pole or a sign or something of that nature. First time we built one, it was a little confusing trying to figure out exactly how to make everything work, like running brakes and getting the steering angles correct and everything. But once you've done it once, it's pretty easy to do again. It takes a decent amount of practice. We started with smaller kids' frames that we bought at the thrift store for really cheap, so if we messed anything up, it wouldn't be a big deal. Once you've practiced and have the welder set for the proper steel type and thickness of the steel, it goes pretty easily. Most of the parts are recycled. Between the collection of bike parts that you inherently will have from building tall bikes and the local resources such as the bike co-op, if it wasn't for the bike co-op, probably we wouldn't be able to have nearly the amount of tall bikes that we do. Damaged bicycles that have like a stripped out bottom bracket that normally wouldn't be able to be reused, or one where the rear triangle had been like run over by a car. We can use those damaged bicycles to make tall bikes. It's a great way of recycling bikes. I do a decent amount of online research. I just like looking at ideas people come up with, because everybody will think of a new way to do something, and it's just interesting to see the ideas. And the internet is a great resource for finding different designs people have used and all kinds of crazy, wacky bike creations people have made. It's cool to see a bunch of different bikes and take some of their ideas and make them your own, do something, add your own flair. I have 4 tall bikes, and Built some chopper bikes with really long front ends. Built a swing bike which pivots in 2 places. Probably the trickiest bicycle I've ever built or even attempted to ride. Built a few others for my friends, and I like to see more people riding tall bikes, so if someone wants to build a tall bike and they have the frames, I'll help them as much as I can. Hopefully see more people riding tall bikes. The first steps are you need 2 frames that are approximately the same size, and the method we use is 3 basic welds to hold the tall bike together, and it involves 1 welding the top of the seat tube on the bottom bike to the bottom bracket of the top frame, and then it involves 2 more welds from the fork on the top frame to the fork on the bottom frame, and this just extends your steering. And really that's all you can get away with, just those 3 basic welds, but on this bike for just added reinforcement we added another bar to link the top and bottom frames for extra support and rigidity. I think this bike came out really nice. The steering is really smooth, frame feels really sturdy, and it feels like it was professionally built. It handles really nicely. Just came out really nice. One of the better tall bikes we've built. They're really simple to ride once you get up. It's just like riding a bike, anybody could do it.